Welcome to the Michigan Runner Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Okay, I'm here to interview the relatives of Bob Peoples, who was the class of 1935, who back in 1937 threw 220 feet in the javelin for a high school record that obviously stood for years. So anyway, I have his son here, or
great nephew.
Great nephew. Yeah. What's your name?
Lee Peoples.
And what's your name?
Joanne Terrell, Peoples Terrell, and I'm the niece.
Oh, okay. So tell me a little bit about Bob and his day. How did he get in javelin and a few other things like that? And where did he grow up?
Well, he grew up in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, but you're asking us questions that we don't know. We never met him. I was a child when he died.
Right.
And so I have famous stories from the family, but I think you probably have all those news clippings. He was very, very famous, according to people that I know, but I don't even know anyone alive still that knew him, because he died in 1955.
Oh, okay.
And had a cerebral hemorrhage in the middle of the night and never woke up, and he did not have any children. And so as the years went by, the stories just kind of, floated around Oklahoma City, and people that say, I knew Bob Peoples. Well, there aren't any of those people anymore. So,
well, what were some of the things that you that were told about him, or that you heard growing up?
That he was, of course, one of the most gifted, talented athletes in Oklahoma City. He played football. Was drafted by the New York Giants until the war came along. And though the 1937, when he was getting ready to try out for the 40 Olympics, that was really the end of his being that well known. The war came along, and then the Olympics were canceled. The 1940 and the 44 Olympics were canceled. The war disrupted almost everything, and by the time that was all over, he went back to California, and the career was gone. I mean, it ended inappropriately or pitifully because of the war and all that. So really, that's very much that I could say.
And he obviously served in the war. Do you know what he did?
He was a Navy ensign.
Okay.
And after the war, he went back to California and was a salesman for McDonnell Douglas, the large aircraft company.
Okay. Yeah.
And they, like I said, they did not have any children. He was married to a woman from Oklahoma City, and she, of course, has been gone for years also. So whereas we all grew up hearing the stories, what about the Mickey Rooney story?
Yeah, there's a nice story that his college roommate at USC, I think freshman year, was the actor Mickey Rooney.
Okay.
And there's lots of stories about him in our local paper, and so we started looking at that. And one of them, they had some sort of convention in town where a lot of Hollywood actors came, and Bob Peoples brought Mickey Rooney to town. And there's a story about these three girls that they got set up to go to the dance with, and just a lot of interesting stories. But like Joanne, I never met him. Just heard some things about him, from my father, Joanne's brother, and that sort of thing.
Well, that's awesome that he was able to do that, and especially to throw 220 feet back then.
Ask him about that.
Okay. So there's a story, and I don't know if it is when he set this record, but he was throwing the javelin very, very far. There was a track meet in Oklahoma City. At the time, it was the biggest football and track stadium, still stands today, and they brought Bob in, and he was going to throw the javelin. And he told whoever was in charge, he said, you need to move those people out of those stands because I may hit them. And they laughed, oh, you're not going to hit him. Well, he threw the javelin over their head, as the story goes. So he really could throw it quite far. He was in Life magazine, and we have that issue, and a lot of great press photos of him and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, some great stories on him, and too bad he's gone, but his memory lives, and it's great that the National High School Federation has found his archives and put him into
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame.
We were very, very honored and thrilled
Very
to have
pleasantly
him be
surprised.
included.
Because we had no idea that anything like this was happening, or that Bob would be invited to be in it. So
You never know what's going to happen,
No.
and they have ways to go back on a lot of records on different sports, and
they're
able
definitely
to do that. So.
Yeah, there definitely are.
Well, thank you for coming, and hopefully you enjoy your stay here at the New York Athletic Club.
Thank you.
Thank
I'll have
you.
to get this here on his info on him. Excellent. I loved it.
By the media before?
Yeah, I was interviewed about where they built